All right, moving on to the 2020 Game Awards. Now, before we get into who the winners were and who was nominated for what and all these other things, I want to talk about the big announcements that were made. So first and foremost, Microsoft revealed a new Perfect Dark game. It's from a new Santa Monica-based studio called The Initiative, and rather than the series originator Rare, it takes place in a world shaped by ecological disaster. Corporations provided solutions and a better world. Not very realistic, to be honest, but that doesn't look like it's going to turn out so well in the end. And Microsoft plans to share more information in the future. The trailers are all on YouTube if you want to go check them out, but the Perfect Dark series returning, I'm very excited about this. I used to play N64 Perfect Dark all the time. I literally have it in my other room, in my living room. Such a fun game. Also, if you're a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, Sephiroth is coming to Smash. And in his first act during the trailer for his reveal, was he ended up murdering Mario. So if you don't know, Sephiroth is a fictional character and the main antagonist of Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII being probably or arguably one of the most successful Final Fantasy games. Also, in another announcement, the Master Chief is coming to Fortnite. Halo is actually coming to Fortnite before it comes to Xbox Series X. Now, obviously, this was supposed to align in the release, the original release date of Halo Infinite, along with like the Monster Energy drinks and all these other like candies and all this like XP stuff. But what I found most interesting about the reveal trailer is that they had Ninja's character, a guy whose original fame came from playing Halo professionally, is dressed up on Blood Gulch, which is the creative map that's in Fortnite, with Rooster Teeth, of red versus blue, and they're arguing about Fortnite and Halo. So I felt that was a huge full circle for Ninja. I thought it was pretty cool for him. I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite, but you can't argue against its success. There were more announcements. BioWare showed a brief Dragon Age 4 cinematic. It was pretty short, but they showed it. Mass Effect is going to continue as well. They released a sneak peek for the next trailer or teaser chapter of Mass Effect. Also, Dead Space creator is making a new sci-fi horror game. It's called The Callisto Protocol, and it's apparently set in a PUBG universe somehow. Ark Survival Evolved is getting a sequel, and it's starring Vin Diesel, of all people. And in the trailer, it was actually pretty cool. It was obvious they used some type of facial camera and like graphing software to depict his face to put it in the game. And in the trailer, it looks really good. The studio behind Gone Home and Tacoma announced a new game. The game is called Open Roads, and it's about a mom and a daughter searching for the truth about the latter's deceased grandmother, whose past apparently included a mysterious man who wasn't the grandfather, a burglar ring, and a lost fortune. And it looks like it's going to be a road trip game. That one seemed pretty interesting. Another game that was teased that I am very excited for is that the original Left 4 Dead studio, Turtle Rock, showed off its new zombie game, Back 4 Blood, and in the trailer, they also showed gameplay as well. It basically looks like Left 4 Dead 3. And if you've never played Left 4 Dead 1 or 2, highly recommend you check it out. It's basically a 4-player co-op game where you have to survive hordes and hordes of zombies, and there is a possibility to win at the end. Now, you can do 4v4, where 4 people can be mutilated zombies on the other side of the enemies trying to kill and attack the humans. Highly recommend you check it out. It's a very interesting game, and I've missed it ever since the servers went offline and nobody plays it anymore. There are also a couple of updates coming to Among Us. They're going to be getting a new game on an airship. The team at Fall Guys is going to be starting 3rd season, and it's going to be coming December 15th. And the last two things that I want to talk about is Elder Scrolls Online is headed to Oblivion. So the game's 2021 Gates of Oblivion update is headed back to the setting of the Elder Scrolls 4, or at least the Hell part of it. And also there is going to be a collaboration with the weapons from Epic's Unreal Tournament series going to Warframe, which is a free-to-play looter-shooter style game that is, I believe, on every single console and device you can think of. It's a pretty fun game if you have friends and you want to try something out for free. Alright, now on to the 2020 Game Awards winners. So first and foremost, our Game of the Year for 2020 was Last of Us Part 2 by Naughty Dog. Best Game Direction was also Last of Us Part 2 by Naughty Dog. The most anticipated game of the year was Elden Ring by software Bandai Namco. And also the best narrative game was The Last of Us Part 2. There were a couple other ones that are worth mentioning, like Art Direction Ghost of Tsushima, which I thought personally must have came in second place for Game of the Year. Score and music. The one who took the cake was the actual Final Fantasy remake that came out in 2020. Best audio design was The Last of Us Part 2. I want to go ahead and talk about some of the award winners that I found surprising. The first one being Best Ongoing Game. There were 5 nominees for pretty much almost every single one of these categories. Now, for the ongoing game, they had No Man's Sky, Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, and Fortnite. I thought for sure that Fortnite would win this because of basically they're ridiculous. They're doing all these events and having hundreds of thousands of people just watching streams, let alone how many people are actually playing it. But what I found amazing is that No Man's Sky won. Now keep in mind, this is an amazing comeback story. No Man's Sky, when it launched, was a debacle. It was arguably false advertising from the creators and director and the owner of the company. But to go from where they were when they first launched to being a broken game that didn't fulfill any expectations to now it actually has everything that they promised, I think they deserve that. They've been working their butt off. The other categories I wanted to mention is for Best Sports and Racing Game. The nominees were Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is the remakes, Dirt 5, F1 2020, FIFA 21, and NBA 2K21. It turns out that Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake won. I find that troubling because I don't think remakes should be allowed or be eligible for awards for a certain year because it's a remake after all. Now there were other remakes that did win in other categories, but this category in particular I find distressing because there really aren't very many good sports or racing games that have come out in the last couple of years. I can't personally think of any. It's just constantly rehashing Madden or NBA or NCAA type games. We need a good racing game to come out. We need Forza Horizon 5 or Forza Motorsport like 19 or whichever one they're on now. The other category that I want to move on to is Best Multiplayer Game. They nominated Among Us, Animal Crossings, New Horizons, and Call of Duty Warzone, Fall Guys, and Valorant. I am really surprised Among Us won this because Among Us came out in 2018, whereas Fall Guys came out last year, and Fall Guys had Tim the Tatman like crazy hyped up. I mean, there were at one point there was like 500,000 people watching him trying to get his first ever win, and everybody and their mother was wanting to play this game. Personally, I think Fall Guys should have won, but I mean, what's an award show without a little bit of controversy, you know? Now, the last award I want to talk about is the Content Creator of the Year. Now, Valkyrae ended up winning this award. The other nominees were Alana Pierce, J. Ann Lopez, Nick Merckx, and Tim the Tatman. I personally felt it was definitely a toss-up between Valkyrie and Tim the Tatman. Tim the Tatman's been putting in a lot of work. I've seen multiple YouTube channels out of him that have been crazy successful. He's going hard on TikTok, he's going hard on Instagram and Twitter, and he's just overall crushing it on Twitch. But you got to give it up for Valkyrie for being the #1 female streamer on the planet. And she went from basically 0 to 100 in a matter of a handful of months. So, got to give it up to her. Rightfully deserved. But, yeah. So anyways, that was the 2020 Video Game Awards. I have a full list of the winners in my Discord. The link will be in the description. You can come check it out. Or you can go look it up for yourself. It's readily available.